beauty angels.
Hello. You will notice something different if you are eagle-eyed. We are not in the same place we usually are.
We're not. You're going to explain about that in a minute, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, well, this episode is going to be fantastic. We're talking to Miss Sharina Balaratnam, who is telling us all about the treatments that she does at Aesthetics Clinic in Beaconsfield.
And she's really, really fantastic, an incredible practitioner. And she's just lovely. And she's beautiful, actually. How can you have it all? And she seems to have it all.
She does. And we'll be taking a trip back to Planet D later. We've missed her as well.
Oh, yes, because we were men last time and Dee wasn't allowed to be on the men.
No,
sure.
Didn't really have much to say about men, did she?
No. Well, who does really? But that's another story. Actually, that would be another show, actually, because there's loads and loads of stuff about blokes that we haven't even covered yet, but we're going to. And it was such a success. In fact, it's probably our highest viewed show so far. So I don't know if so many women were watching it for their men or the other way around. So Linda, I have missed you. So the longest we haven't spoken for ages, actually. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been catching up with friends and family, really. I went up to Scotland and Newcastle, and then I even went on a cruise ship. It didn't go anywhere. It just went off from Dover down towards the ocean, down towards France and back again. But we had a fantastic time, and we'd all been double vaccinated. We'd all had 3 tests before we got on and 1 just before we got on. So everybody was safe to hug and kiss and do what they want. So there was dancing, singing, enjoying ourselves. It just felt like the world had come back. It was fantastic.
Oh, how brilliant. That's what we need. And that's what you need, especially, having what you went through. I'm so glad that you felt well enough and safe enough, actually, to do that.
Yeah, I did. I really did. So what about you? Where are you and what have you been doing?
Well, I am in Sweden.
Oh, you're in Sweden?
I'm in Sweden with my daughter. I'm in Kadvik, which is near Båstad. I've been having a fantastic time. And all the time I was here, you were saying to me, what skincare have you got? I travel so lightly. I never take anything with me. And this is the moisturizer I bought with me.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Why do you think this?
No, but that would only do your hands for about 2 days.
No, fine. It's La Prairie, obviously. So I always take my La Prairie moisturizers with me, but I steal stuff from my daughter when I'm here. So what I was doing was stealing all of her products. So she has all these wonderful related products. Oh my God, the body butter, which I have on my skin at the moment, is just divine. We have a facial mist that I have been using.
Oh, I want you to bring me some of that back.
I will. And I've got some eye gel. So this is all related products. So thank you, Weleda, for sending these to Kira and for me to steal. Because otherwise, that's why I come. It's very clever, you see. There is madness. There is motive in my madness. Because if I don't come with any products, then I have to borrow hers. And also, I discovered this. I know your daughter's got one of these, Linda. You don't, but no. She has. And it's the most fun. So at the moment, this is all I've got on my face is this bronzer. And it is absolutely fantastic. And it is Chanel, and it's a creamy one. Look.
Oh, lovely.
But you just literally put it on your face when you've got a bit of a tan and it makes you glow.
We've got some fantastic shows coming up in the future. We've got episodes. I think one of our next episodes will be about DIY home beauty, because yes. I know a lot of people have said we can't afford to go to these clinics and have all these treatments and etc. So we're going to get a wonderful lady on to talk about facial massage, and also we're going to be covering permanent makeup, and I think you're going to actually have some done, aren't you?
Yeah, I think permanent makeup is very interesting, because over the years, people have had their brows done and people have had, but these people that I'm going to go to in a few weeks' time do lots of different things. So I won't actually let you in on what I'm going to have done. Oh. But when I've had it done, I'll show you. But it's all different, because I think years ago, you used to see people with the lip liner or their eyebrows done and they look weird. But now you have so many different things. Have you ever had your eyebrows done, Linda?
I haven't, no. I'll tell you for why. If you have, because I'm quite dark, if I had the little lines put in, tattooed in, or whatever they call it, microblading, it's fine when you're fully made up, but I think it looks really masculine when you've got no makeup on. You've got these. Well, I think
the straight lines do, but I don't think the microblading does. And there is a thing, because when I had mine done, and I thought many years ago, and I thought, oh, this is great. I'm never going to have to do my eyebrows again. But of course, your grey hair still comes through.
Oh, you've got grey eyebrows.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Anybody?
I haven't got grey eyebrows.
But she's got other grey hairs, I can tell you.
No, I shaved those off. But we're going to go over to Sharina now. She's been 21 years as a doctor and 10 years specialising in aesthetic medicine. So she certainly knows her stuff.
We spoke to Sharina a couple of weeks ago, and this is how it went.
Hi, Sharina. There she is.
Hi. Good afternoon, Linda. Good afternoon, Debbie. How are you both today?
Well, I'm looking better because of you.
Well, you both look absolutely sensational, if I may say, and thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of your show today.
So, Sharina, I've been having some fantastic Emsculpt Neo with you. Can you explain how it actually works?
I am so excited to be with you and Debbie today to share with you all about the tech, and definitely to start with Emsculpt Neo. It's the treatment that has turned the clinic upside down, inside out, with so much positivity, because it's bringing results every single day to our patients, to treat their muscle, to build muscle, burn fat simultaneously. And you've had the treatment now, Linda.
I had it on my stomach, and I loved it so much. I've come back and I'm having my thighs and my bum, and anywhere else you will put it, I'll have it.
I've had it on my arms.
Have you, Debbie? What did you think?
I've had it on my arms, and I've had it on my stomach.
Fantastic.
It is the most incredible treatment, because what it does is it completely defines you. And the other thing is that Linda and I were both talking about this the other day, how strong we've become. Very strong.
Strong, yes. And this is the thing. Strong is the new skinny, strong is the new in, because you and I both know when we get to natural aging, natural lifestyle, we do lose sometimes even 1% of collagen, elastin, hyaluronic acid. But very similarly to the muscle, we are losing 1% of muscle with every year. And sometimes due to illness and issues, we can probably lose a little bit more muscle, and that is called sarcopenia. That's when it becomes a problem. So if you think of something revolutionary like Emsculpt, what it is designed to do is to target muscle. And we've never been able to do that before in our profession and in human science. So this goes beyond aesthetic medicine. I look at Emsculpt Neo and that high-fem technology in terms of regenerative medicine, in terms of longevity medicine. So here we have the small applicator. So Debbie, I think you may have used the smaller applicator when you had your biceps and triceps done. You know, it's beautiful, because what you have here is a high-intensity focused electromagnetic wave technology that was created some years ago to deliver that wavelength into the muscle fibers. And what it does is it makes that muscle fiber contract to 100% of its actual potential. So as a human species, we can't make anything work to 100% potential. So we can probably, as high performance athletes, use about 35, 50% of our muscle tissue. And this bypasses the brain cells. It takes us all the way up to 100%. And that is why it is clinically proven, it's FDA cleared, and it's scientifically proven to actually build up to 16% muscle. Now, that was with the original Emsculpt that we had. And in 2020, November, the creators and the founders of the original Emsculpt, they really just took the technology and they took that high-fem to the next level. And with that, what they've also done is they have simultaneously incorporated radio frequency into the technology. So here we're seeing an evolution of what is already a revolutionary new device that they've taken next level in a very, very short space of time.
Wow, I mean, it is incredible, and I do love it. I love it. So it's a very odd feeling, isn't it? Because, you know, it's a bit like, because when I first started having it, I thought, you know, is it going to be like Slender Tone was years ago? And that used to, it had that sort of woof feeling, but it isn't. And it does all that sort of popping and weird things and it's like kind of being, well, I can't explain it. You just have to have it, and you have to have it.
Well, Sharina said to me, you know, try the plank when you get home, and I could never do a plank before. And I think after the first stomach one, I could do 30 seconds. And, you know, this morning I did Pilates with Lucy, and she couldn't believe how I was lifting my leg up, and she's going, how's mum doing that? She couldn't have done that 3 months ago. It's amazing.
So
that is great to hear.
It does help. It's almost like a medical thing as well. So I really do believe in it. But now I want to know about Lymphastim. Have I pronounced it right?
Absolutely, Debbie, you have Lymphastim. Now, Lymphastim is, again, produced by the same company. So the reason that I brought Lymphastim into my practice is because fundamentally I perform lymphatic drainage therapy to all of our patients pretty much every day, irrespective of whether they come to see me for dermal filler treatment, whether they come to see me for acne, rosacea, you name it, we carry that out. We carry that out individually, or we carry it in isolation, or we carry that out during all of our facial treatments as well. And we do it in a very high performance, very strategic way, because it creates a lot of high performance impact in facial structure, as well as skin health and general skin quality. So, Linda, I think you might have experienced that with us on one of your facials with us. And the results are really astonishing. So coming from a plastic and reconstructive background, I believe in the whole lymphatic system. And generally speaking, it is the plumbing and circulation of the immune cells of our bodies as well. So the reason I've now introduced Lymphastim is because now we can really take it full body. This actually works, as you can tell, it literally works from the tips of your toes, Debbie. And what it does, it's a manual lymphatic drainage, very gentle, using a suction and using a pump flow to really just shift and move that lymph fluid away from your toes back towards the central part of us, and just flushing everything together out of the system, detoxification. But that is a medical device. So you do have multiple other functions, not just for detoxification. You also have heavy leg syndrome and many, many more. So
well, I was lucky enough to have a go on it last time I came in, and I fell fast asleep. It was so lovely. It was like, I always think it's a bit like, when you have your blood pressure taken.
correct.
They put they pump up the bag around your arm. That's what it feels like, but it goes like this all the way up your legs.
Oh, I'm coming to have
Oh,
one.
and it's like a big hug around your middle. It's fantastic. You'd love it, Debbie.
I'd love it. I love relaxing treatments like that.
What I love about what you do, Sharina, at your clinic is you do the Visia. Is that the right word, Visia? Yes, it's behind you there. So you analyze the whole skin on your face so that you can tailor your hydrofacial exactly for that person's skin, which is amazing. So how does the Visia work?
So here we have a very, very innovative skin imaging system. So state of the art, using AI technology that really looks at the skin surface and also looks 2 millimeters subsurface underneath the skin. So if you think about the skin layers, you have the top layer where you have your sebaceous glands and your oil glands and things like that. So if you think about someone with oily skin, oily prone skin, or maybe us going through the menopausal changes where we have shifts of hormones and we become more oily and we start breaking out, that is the top layers of skin where we can see things like bacteria, P. acnes, bacteria causes acne, and it creates this kind of issues with the skin called porphyrins, and that's why we get acne and breakouts and problems like that. But if you look underneath the skin, what you and I and all of our patients are interested in are things like collagen production, elastin, hyaluronic acid, the building blocks that give us support and plumpness and prevents us from getting lines and wrinkles too early. And this is able to look 2 millimeters under that as well. And we can also see other things like red areas, our vascular concerns, rosacea, and I treat a lot of patients with inflamed skin, toxic skin, disrupted skin barriers, and rosacea as well. I'm not a dermatologist per se. I come from a plastic and reconstructive background, hence the inherent passion for skin. And I love the way we can actually take a good detailed medical history, not just on Zoom, but team it up with a careful diagnostic. And that way we can create the treatment plan for the patient. Yeah.
But going back to the hydrofacial, when I had my hydrofacial, because I had some hair loss and I felt like I was going thin on the top of my scalp, you did a thing called Keravive on me,
Yes.
which is also a type of hydrofacial. Tell us how that works.
Well, I'm so pleased that you've trialed the treatment now as well, because it's still very, very new to the planet, Linda, Debbie. So Hydrafacial are a very, very top line facial brand, for example. And, as they were doing their global market research, their global consumer, global patient research, they really came to understand that hair loss was becoming an increasingly significant problem globally across the planet. So they were looking at ways in which, how can we take our facial system and actually deliver a treatment to improve hair loss? So they teamed up with Dr. James Bartholomew's, whom I've had the pleasure of meeting. And Dr. James has actually created the Hydrafacial Keravive solution. So if you think about hair loss as a whole, we're constantly thinking about the hair, and we're thinking less about where the hair has come from, which is the hair bulb, which is implanted in the top layers of the skin, right? So we're constantly looking at hair solutions. So what Dr. James has done is he's created a scalp solution with 5 growth factors and 2 protein peptides to stimulate epithelial cells in the core, to stimulate vascular cells, to promote blood supply in the scalp. And what Hydrafacial has done, they've both teamed up together. So what you now have is where the facial treatment had an exfoliating tip to exfoliate the skin of the face, we now have a different tip, flat, to micro-exfoliate the skin of the scalp. So every square inch of skin is parted, and you have a jet wash of salicylic acid solution to literally get into the skin and flush out those pores. That's never been done before. It's just not been done before. So you're getting all the dead skin, the oil, the impurities, because if you've got an oily person, mainly men, with an oily scalp, you can wash the scalp to your heart's content, but you're not going to get the blockages out. So even things like pollution particles in London, the nitrogen dioxide, all of those things can get stuck in. So the jet wash is really important. And then the pushing in of the protein peptides into the scalp and finishing off with the at-home solution, which is essentially this in here with a few other bits that you use as a dose for 30 days.
I'm still using it nightly.
You know what? Do you know, to me, though, the best thing about the Hydrafacial is the arms and the back and the chest. I had the whole lot done. You see, now that makes so much sense to me because, we have treatments on our face, but, my back was looking a bit ropey. And I like to show my back and I like to show my arms. And it's made an incredible difference to that.
Absolutely.
You can't really get to your back to exfoliate. You can't do anything to it, can you?
You have one of these facials and you literally have all the stuff that comes out your back. You then have your lovely backless dresses and your back looks amazing, and the top of my arms as well. So it really has worked. I mean, so I've had Neosculpt as well on my arms, and I've had a Hydrafacial on my arms, and I think
combination.
Great combination. There's a lot of these sort of like the sort of little marks, that like the sort of cellulite marks. They've all kind of disappeared.
I'm so pleased that you're getting some nice benefits of this complementary, and this is what it's about. It's about integrative medical treatments. It's about treatment blending. So my specialty is treatment blending in the clinic, and where you've had your Hydrafacial that exfoliates the dead skin off using salicylic and glycolic acid. So we have a condition at the back of our arms, the bumpy skin called keratosis pilaris. Sometimes it needs a little bit more self-exfoliation, but with a bit more assistance. So I see these sort of treatments for the body being very, very seasonal as you come out of the autumn, winter, and you head into the summer.
Thank you so much for joining us again, Sharina. It's always full of information, and we'll be in to see you again soon, won't we, Deb?
Yes, we will. It's so informative, and it's learning about the whole body as well. That what's so interesting is not just about your face; it's about how treatments like this can really get your body looking better. And that's
because I didn't know about half of these treatments, so you've really enlightened me to the whole world of treatments to the skin and the body and the muscles and everything else. So thank you so much for joining us and spending time with us today.
Debbie, Linda, thank you so much for the opportunity. I come from a reconstructive background and really understanding how energy-based devices has come into my practice. I've integrated it on a daily basis, and it's more than just tech. It's tech giving us beauty, longevity, and regeneration. So I'm excited that I was able to share this with your audience today, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you for being in my practice virtually.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye now.
I absolutely love going to aesthetics because she puts you on the Visia. So everything that she does to your skin, the Hydrafacial and the creams that she prescribes and etc., is all personal to your skin. And someone that's had some fantastic results from her Hydrafacial is my Lucy. She had acne when she was younger, and she still has outbreaks once a month. But honestly, since she had a Hydrafacial and since Sharina sort of gave her the skincare regime, her skin has been absolutely amazing.
And we have filmed Lucy having a facial, haven't we? The Hydrafacial, which has transformed her skin.
The first step of a Hydrafacial is to detox the skin by using a specially formulated lymphatic drainage technique. By doing this, they are increasing circulation and eliminating toxins within the skin. Step 2 is cleansing and exfoliation. At Aesthetics, they clean the skin by hand and then move on to a deep cleanse and exfoliate. This gently but effectively removes dead skin and impurities. Following this, they apply a gentle chemical peel. The glycolic and salicylic acid solution gives you that gorgeous glow and also helps to shift more impurities from your pores. At Aesthetics, they personalise this step by adjusting the strength of the solution depending on your skin type. The peel is then neutralised and we move on to step 4, extraction. Blackheads and any further impurities are extracted from congested areas using suction and a formula of salicylic acid. This leaves your pores clean and looking beautifully refined. The penultimate step is hydration. A combination of hyaluronic acid, antioxidants and peptides are pushed into the skin. This plumps, replenishes and hydrates. Finally, step 6 is rejuvenation. LED light is used to stimulate collagen and target redness to leave your skin even, clean, healthy and glowing.
So, I mean, it's amazing, but I did mention this in the interview, but I've got to say it again, that I had these sort of white spots, sort of like, what are they, confetti marks?
Well, I think the common name is probably got some medical name, but it's known as like confetti marks. I've got them on my legs, and you
right. So I had them on my arms, and I had them on my back, and I had them on my chest. And since the Hydrafacial, they have disappeared.
Really? Oh well, I'll have to get on to Shireen to get them to do my legs.
It's absolutely fantastic. I can't tell you because my arms literally were always had these marks on them.
That little white pigment.
Yeah,
mark.
and they've gone. And I don't know what's in the Hydrafacial to remove them. Or perhaps it's that incredible deep clean. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it is, nothing has ever been able to shift that before, and they've gone.
Oh, I'm definitely going to ask her to do my legs.
Yes,
yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, but my skin on my face has never been better since I had that done as well. And they can see, well, Lucy's is just amazing.
Fantastic treatment, really fantastic. But if you have these funny little marks on your back and your neck and your décolletage, they will go with this treatment. I can prove it. Well, it worked for me anyway.
Let's take a trip to our favourite destination. We've missed her, haven't we, Debbie? We really have. And we're going over to Planet D.
Follow me, I'll take you to where you wanna be.
Hi, and welcome back to Planet D. Well, I'm very excited today because I want to introduce you to my new best friend, the Jade Roller. I know, some of you may have heard about it already, and others won't have been introduced to this fantastic tool for the skin on your face. Rejuvenation is everything. You begin by applying oil to your face. Any oil for the skin is good. I actually use Tropic Elixir, which is fantastic. But you make sure that you put the oil all over your skin. And don't forget the neck. We always ignore that, don't we? And that's very important, and that's a good place to start with the Gua Sha or Jade Roller. You begin actually on the neck, as I said, with upward strokes on the neck, like this, in one place. I would say start from here and do it 5 times, or as many times as you feel that it's getting that blood flow back into your face, into your skin. With upward sweeping movements. Don't go up and down. Get it right into your skin. Just feel it getting in there. All over your face, your forehead. Don't miss that out. See, it's feeling good. Put it in the fridge before you do it, so you get it really, really cool. It's lovely. It feels so fabulous. Especially if you're tired or first thing in the morning when you wake up and you feel a bit, yuck. Oh, that's better. There's the little Jade Roller for your eyes, and that's puffy eyes. And again, if you put it in the fridge, it's lovely and cool. And it will really help those tired, puffy eyes. It's fantastic. The reason I like Jade is because it's very good for anxiety and tiredness. If you're into crystal healing, which I am, of course, being Planet D. So I would actually go for the Jade, but there are all sorts of Gua Shas, G-U-A-S-H-A, 2 words. Happy rolling. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.
So I feel refreshed now, having been to Planet D. Do you?
Planet D, she's amazing, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this week. We've really missed you, and we're so glad to be back.
We are refreshed, though. We needed to refresh ourselves. And our next episode, of course, is all about home treatments, things you can do at home. I'm sure Linda and I will be sitting there with avocados on our face. Who knows what else we're going to get up to. And Abigail James, who is going to come on and show us all about facial massage, which I think is going to be absolutely fascinating.
You're going to love Abigail. She's absolutely amazing. Lucy's followed her for ages, so we really feel privileged that she's coming on the show. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and like everything. We're on the.beautyangels on Instagram. And don't forget, send in your questions because we're here to answer them.
Yes, we are. Anything you would like us to answer, we will answer. We're very honest about things that we've had done. And it's very important that we are, because otherwise, this doesn't work. That's why we started this show, to help you know things that work, and things that work. Next week is going to be fabulous because it's things that we can do at home with ordinary things that you find around the house. So Linda and I will be searching, won't we?
Get your Hoover.
Oh, I wonder what you could do with that. That's very rude, and I don't even want to think about it anymore. Why does this show always end up this way? Why? We used to be clean.
Debbie, I blame you. I completely blame you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyway, we'll see you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. So keep on watching, subscribing, and doing everything that you have to, and we'll see you then. Bye.